Hi, welcome to my final video of the 10 words and 5 phrases to describe the golf swing to help you improve your game. Hope you enjoyed the series. The theme of this video is going to be what's called tucking the hips. Tucking the hips is a primary skill that distinguishes the better players from the players that struggle with strike and don't hit the ball very far. Pushing the hips forward and upward helps the golfer learn to keep the lower body weight forward. Extending the hips is also a major power component of the ground reaction force that helps the golfer create some speed and hit the ball high and far. Okay, so the progression for learning how to do this is by understanding that the hips start to slide forward, and then combined with our turn, they start to push upward. So we finish this way. So you can see if I isolated that piece from my forward bend here, the actual movement isolated is to extend the pelvis forward into our finish this way. Okay, now that looks very strange from that point of view, and you may think, well, that doesn't look very much like a follow-through position. However, if I start to slide the hips forward from my extended position and then turned, this would look like a lot of golfers in their follow-through this way. How this helps the player: as the player starts to push the hips forward, the lower weight moves forward, so the lead shoulder starts to move forward. That allows us to hit the ball first, the ground second. And with the driver, as the hips start to push forward, it creates a side bend, as you can see here, necessary to be able to level the angle of approach and create the right amount of dynamic loft. As we turn, the hips start to push forward, and it helps us move the handle upwards into our finish, where we can hit the ball nice and high and far. So from the down the line view, if the player stayed all through their backswing and they went back into their forward bend and they stayed in their forward bend, you can see here how the club starts to work out, okay, across my target line. And if I stayed in my forward bend, you can see the path of the golf club now starts to move to the left. As I start to move downwards, midpoint in my swing, my hips start to move forward. The linear motion of my hips towards the target is the first move of tucking my hips. It's keeping the sweet spot behind my hand path. As I start to release, the club will work down the inclined plane. As I'm pushing up, it keeps the club path swinging out to the target more. As I tuck my hips, I can finish beautifully up to the target, my chest up high, my legs straight. And that enables me then to get the club head back up, deliver the right amount of dynamic loft, and hit the ball high and far. A great example of tucking the hips will be a drill that I use with a lot of my students, which is this medicine ball, a weighty medicine ball. If you've got one at home, it's perfect for this. Even at the gym, you can try this also. If you think of like a rugby pass, where we'd start off with the ball about hip high to our trail side, what I want you to get the feeling of is you're going to throw this ball by pushing your hips, raising your belt this way. Okay, and that's going to produce the power from the ground to be able to throw that ball high and far. You would never throw the ball high and far by keeping bent forward this way. It's just simply not possible. The idea of this one is that we push up out of the ground, raise the belt, feel the chest is nice and high. That's going to propel the ball nice and far. Another great drill that I use with students to isolate tucking the hips is to form your address position. Move your hands opposite the right thigh. And this way is actually try and collect the ball on the way through by just pushing the hips forward, squeezing the butt cheeks, straightening the legs, tucking the hips, and actually collecting the ball and trying to hit the ball as high and as far as possible this way. Okay, you can see here that extending upwards as fast as I can, trying to feel that the belt level raises, hips move forward, the chest stays high. It's going to enable you to catapult that club through at a higher velocity than if we were staying bent forwards here. You could see that you wouldn't be able to move that club high and far. It's a real necessity for a nice follow through and to hit the ball as far and as high as possible. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys soon.